John Robert Garcia. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Michelle Hayden for the state.
And Ron Ross for responding.
Are you Mr. Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea of no contest on March 29th. And you entered a plea to, just one moment. You entered a plea to aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 6 years. There's a $1,500 fine. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, and the state is remaining silent on your application. And there's an affirmative finding of family violence and no contact with Michael Lopez. All right. Defense and state, did you have a chance to review the chapter evaluation that was prepared?
I did, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the chapter evaluation from either the state or the defense?
Not from defense.
No, Your Honor.
And then defense, did you receive a copy of the victim impact statement?
I did, Judge.
All right, the state is silent. Defense, you may proceed.
Judge, my client here, John, is 28. Doesn't have any prior felonies. I think he's got maybe 1 or 2 DWIs, maybe a graffiti case. He has 4 children, 8, 6, 5, and 3, or some of 2 different ladies. He's under child support order to pay. He's had a job. He reports that he has been paying child support. The altercation involved a brother. It wasn't some innocent. His brother's innocent, but it wasn't some just bystander he didn't have knowledge of. I'm asking the court to give him deferred adjudication, give him a chance. He's 28, no priors, redeem himself. I would like to ask him a couple of questions if I might.
All right, if you raise your right hand. Do you solemnly raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
John Robert Garcia.
All right, defense.
John, you understand the charge that you have here, you could be put in jail up to 20 years.
Yes.
And you understand you asked the judge to give you deferred adjudication. That's a special kind of probation that if you violate, then the judge can put you in jail for the full 20 years. You understand?
Yes.
Was I correct? Was I accurate when I told the judge that you had a job, you have children, you under child support order
Yes.
for these children? Is that right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Were you making child support payments before you got arrested?
Yes, sir.
And what kind of employment did you have?
I'm a cook.
Think you can go back and get a job?
Yes, I can.
If you get on probation.
Yes, I can.
And this incident involved a knife, correct?
Yes, I did.
And your brother.
Yes.
Just tell the judge, if you would, why you're asking for probation, deferred adjudication, why you think that you ought to receive it. Would you explain to the judge? She wants to
Your
hear
Honor,
from you.
let's start off by saying I know probation is a privilege, and I know that I can meet the terms and conditions of the probation. This is my first violent offense. I'm not a violent person at all. And this day it plays over in my head. I wish it could have happened any other way.
Well, you say you're not a violent person, but you heard for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Who did you touch?
That's my brother,
Okay.
my half brother.
What, I don't want to go into facts, but y'all went in an argument when this happened, right?
Right. And we have a rocky relationship, so it's always ended somewhat of us getting in arguments and stuff like that. So I just want to state that as well.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so why do you think you ought to be given a chance? I mean, you told the judge you have no prior
Right.
record.
Well, I've been thinking I should give him a chance because I know I could complete the probation as well. It also breaks my heart because I don't like my children to see me in jail. And they have many questions on why I'm here. And I don't want them to see me go to prison either, Your Honor. So I'm asking you to please give me a second chance.
I pass the witness.
No questions.
With that, Judge, I would ask you to consider deferred
Well, what
adjudication.
were they arguing about in the car?
You're gonna have to tell the judge.
What were we arguing about?
Mhm.
Past situations that occurred. Usually when we hang out, he brings them up. I don't really like to talk about the situation, but it was just about things from the past that he still heated on, that he still has anger towards me about,
But he didn't stab you.
no.
Let me ask you this. Had you had anything to drink that day?
Earlier in the day, yes.
Do you know if your brother, I mean, I'm not asking you to speculate. Do you know if your brother had anything to drink that day?
Yes, he did.
In your mind, were you intoxicated?
No, I wasn't.
Was he intoxicated?
I believe he was.
Did he make any aggressive actions toward you?
Yes, he did.
I think, Judge, the police report reflects that my client had said at the time his brother attacked him first, not with a weapon, but physically.
According to the stipulated evidence that the court has, it says, witness two and neighbors were outside, told police that they saw S1 flee the area running past them, coming from where victim one was laying on the ground. Witness two and neighbors said that suspect one ran behind the backside of the building. When Officer Hernandez went around the building, she found S1 who matched the description given by W2 and neighbors. S1 had blood on his shirt and hands to include the knife in his possession, which he used to cut victim one, which also had blood on it. Witness one came back to the scene where he told the police that he was the driver of the vehicle, where S1 was in the passenger seat and victim one was in the back middle seat giving directions. Witness one said that suspect and victim one were arguing back and forth when victim one said for W1, which is the witness, to stop the car to get out. As W1 was exiting the vehicle, witness one said that suspect one, which is your client, reached back with a knife and cut victim in the abdomen. Witness one said that's when he heard victim one say, "He cut me, I'm bleeding." He saw the blood and began to apply pressure with a t-shirt. Witness one said that is when S1 took off south from the location on foot.
That is correct, but I believe it's somewhere in the police reports. He said that his brother had attacked him first. I may be wrong, but
None of this occurred in the vehicle at all.
Okay. All right. The court is going to deny the application, find the defendant guilty. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Michael Lopez. $1,500 fine, time and money to record current. The punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 6 years. Would you like to speak to the counsel?
I would, Judge. I would, again, I'll let you consider everything you've heard today. And I don't think he's been in prison before, and I don't know that he's been in jail very long, except for this time right now. And I think that anytime you give him 2 years, 3 years, 4 years is going to be a real wake-up call to him. And he's going to have additional child support accruing while he's in jail. He's going to have to get out and pay to start supporting these kids. And he's young. And I'd like for you to give him what you give him a minimum possible that you could for in prison. I think if he's going to wake up, he's going to wake up now. Even a year or 2 years, he's going to wake up. So,
All right, Mr. Garcia, how much time do you think you deserve
Your Honor,
for stabbing someone in the stomach?
I'm not too sure.
Well, I mean, surely you have a thought on what type of sentence you think you
This
deserve.
is the turning point. In sentencing hearings, judges often look beyond a clean criminal record. They're evaluating remorse, personal responsibility, and whether someone truly understands the consequences of their actions. What he says next could make or break his request for probation.
Sentence you think you deserve. I mean, you were here asking for deferred adjudication. That's been denied.
Yeah.
So now I can sentence you anywhere from 2 to 6 years in prison. How much time do you think you deserve for stabbing your brother?
Your Honor, I don't know how to answer that question.
what would you ask the judge for?
I asked the judge if she could possibly give me maybe, 3 years maybe. I'm not sure. I don't
But do
know.
you deserve 3 years? Or do you deserve more than that? That's my question to you. Some people will come in and some people will say, you know what? I think I deserve 2 years.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I don't know. See, the way I feel is, I don't know, I feel bad for the situation, like I really do. No amount of time could change what I did, because
No, it can't.
I broke a bond, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I could never get back. So to me, I lost a lot already, you know what I'm saying? So,
But you haven't lost any blood because the person you stabbed lost blood. So when people are taken away from their families, they're like, I lost time with my family. So did the person who was in the hospital, because I'm sure this person had to go to the hospital for the stab wound, right? So when they were in the hospital from where you stabbed them, they lost time with their family. They lost time with their children. If they have children, can't go to the ball game because they're in the hospital. If they're walking around carrying their children, can't walk around and carry my child because I've been stabbed. Can't have my child running towards me where I lift him up because I've been stabbed. I got staples or stitches or whatever. So when I ask people what time do they deserve, I'm not asking you about how this is going to affect other people in your life, how it's going to affect your children. I internalized what you said about, or at least your counsel said about, I don't want my children to see me in jail. Hopefully your children have not been visiting you in the jail. Excuse me, miss, there's no phone use in the courtroom. So what time do you think you deserve?
I think 3 years for me would be a wake up call.
Why do you deserve 3? Why not 6?
I haven't been in trouble, Your Honor. I've 28 years of my life,
I haven't been in trouble
and I
either.
did change my life. Well, we come from different backgrounds. I come from a hard upbringing.
You don't know where I come
And
from.
I did change my life, Your Honor.
There are a lot of people who have a hard upbringing, and guess what? They've never been arrested, never been in jail, and never stabbed anybody. Now, I do understand that people have different upbringing and everybody has their own path, and I understand that people walk in different shoes, and what may affect you a certain way may not affect me the same way.
Right.
But there are plenty of people who've had hard lives.
I came a long way and I changed so much.
What's up with the tattoos on your face?
Uh,
What is that?
got them when I was younger.
What is that a tattoo of?
It's my daughter's birthday.
You can't remember that?
I can, but
All right, that's your daughter's birthday up there. I'm talking about on the cheek. What is that? That is not a numerical birthday.
it's a essay.
Essay what?
San Antonio.
You can't remember where you live?
Again.
All right. Court's going to sentence you to 6 years in prison, give you credit for any time that you served. There's to be no contact with Michael Lopez, $1,500 fine, time and money running current. Is there restitution at all?
Your Honor, I don't believe we have a figure. I can check the system, but I don't have an exact figure for you.
All right, then there's restitution, if any, to Michael Lopez. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, because you waived your right to appeal. I'm sorry, just one moment too. There's also an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. So that the record can be clear, Brenda, this is the complete record. $1,500 fine, time and money running current, 6 years in the prison, credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There's to be no contact with Michael Lopez, and restitution, if any, to Michael Lopez. Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, and also because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you.
Judge, I just have the victim impact statement to read.
Oh, excuse me. There's a statement to be read. Yes.
I still
Court is going to call 2020 CR 10203, State of Texas versus Justin Decker. Can I have parties and not? No, your client's in the middle. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
for the defense?
James Seeloff for the defense.
And are you Justin Allen Decker? All right, I'm gonna need you to speak up, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm gonna show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. and state's motion to supplement motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke probation. Did you review those documents with your attorney and did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Justin Allen Decker who was placed on deferred adjudication in cause number 2020 CR 10203 for the offense of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance penalty group 1 4 to 200 grams on January 7, 2021 for a period of 10 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Your Honor, we're going on violation of condition number 5. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Justin Allen Decker, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of November and December 2021, January, February, March, April, May, and June 2022 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And Your Honor, the state waives all other violations.
All right, any objections to the state's waivers?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Decker, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to life in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, the agreement is for the defendant to enter SATIP, spend 120 to 180 days, followed by aftercare, and for the defendant to remain in custody until event is available.
All right, is that?
That is our agreement, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Decker, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so state your name for the record, please.
Justin Allen Decker.
All right, so why are you not performing well on probation?
My mother had passed away in September, and that's no excuse, but I had explained to my probation officer that I wasn't going to be able to turn myself in because I had failed UAs, and my IOP counselor had told me that he was going to recommend that I do residential treatment. And that's when I got the MTR. When I got the MTR, my probation officer contacted me and told me to turn myself in. And I told her, I'm sorry, man, but I'm not going to be able to do that right now. My mother's in ICU because she had COVID at the time. And I didn't want to turn myself in and her pass away and me not be there, not to go to the viewing or anything. So she said, okay, well, I'll set you a date that you can turn yourself in later in October. Hopefully everything goes well and she pulls through, and she ended up not pulling through and she passed away. Contacted me again, and I just told her, I'm sorry, man, but now I'm just not going to turn myself in. And then I just stopped reporting. No more contacting.
And see what happens when you don't really communicate?
Yes, ma'am.
You just stop reporting. And I don't know what it is about adults today, but as children, everybody learns just because you don't face a problem doesn't mean it's, ceases to exist.
Yes, ma'am.
So what ends up happening is you end up compounding the problem.
I agree.
All right. So do you have a drug problem?
Yes, I do.
All right. And what's your drug of choice?
Methamphetamine.
And did you use when your mom passed?
Oh, bro, yeah, around the time I did.
All right. So here's something that I'm going to follow your agreement partially, but here's something you need to know. This is a drug case. And I know people say, it's a drug case. No judge is going to give me life. I will tell you, as a defense attorney, there was a judge, I'm not going to mention any names, he gave someone 60 years for a drug case, 60. And that was their first offense, 60. So I could send you to prison for life. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And then when people ask you at the prison, what are you here for? It's, oh, I didn't report. And they're like, what? What's going on? What do you mean you didn't report? And then you tell them, well, it's a drug case. So you're going to have to do better.
Yes, ma'am.
And you can't avoid your problems. Because honestly, you know what you could have done? You could have turned yourself in. A motion to revoke would have been filed. And I don't know, Mr. Seeloff may have been your attorney. And you know what Mr. Seeloff would have came to me and said? Judge, his mom is in the hospital. She's not going to make it. Would you allow him to be on bond to go see his mom? And you know what I would have probably said? Unless there were some new cases, something crazy going on, I would have said, okay,
We're gonna put him on GPS. We're gonna let him go see his mom, and then we'll handle the motion to revoke. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna deny the motion, alter and amend conditions. And I'm gonna ask for a referral to felony drug court. If felony drug court doesn't accept him, then we'll do SATA. You know what, try SATA and see what is the longest wait, if it's SATA or if it's ISF, cognitive and substantive track. See which one comes up quickest. But the first one I want him referred to is felony drug court. Here's the thing, felony drug court is a good program, but it's a hard program. But if you work the program, you'll do well. So SATA or ISF, cognitive and substantive track.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And
He does want to beat his drug problems.
all right, and the defendant is to remain in custody until transfer to felony drug court or SATA or ISF. All right, and I'm still